What's good, guys? I'm going to show you how to get your very first wholesale deal in the next 2 weeks and make a ton of money. I know you've been out there looking into wholesaling real estate, and so many people are like, get your first deal in 60 days, 90 days, 30 days, and that's just a long time. How can we get that first deal done in just 2 weeks and make $20,000 or more? My average wholesale deal profit that we're doing here at my Scottsdale, Arizona wholesaling real estate office is $20,000 per deal. That's the average that we're making on our small deals. We actually make a lot more money on our big deals. And so today, I'm going to be breaking down on the whiteboard how in just 2 weeks, you can make over $20,000. Let's get into it. If you like making money, stick around and watch the whole video because I'm going to show you how to make money today. First deal in 2 weeks. How are we going to get that first deal done in 2 weeks, okay? I'm going to break it down for you, okay? It's going to be a very simple process, okay? Now, we're going to be doing a paid method for this because you need to spend a little bit of money in order to speed it up so you can get that deal in 2 weeks. If you just want to do it for free, it's going to take you longer than 2 weeks. I'm going to be honest. But guys, I have a strategy that's only going to cost you about $200 to $300, okay, to get your first deal in 2 weeks. Again, this $200 to $300 investment will turn into $20,000 profit in your pocket that you're making wholesaling real estate. So it's worth investing the $200 to $300, okay? So how are we going to do this? First off, we need to get data, okay? Data of motivated sellers, okay? What is data of motivated sellers, okay? Data of motivated sellers is a list of properties that are likely to sell their property, okay? So this could be people that have owned their property for 15 years or more, meaning the property is worth more than what they owe on it because over the 15 years they've paid down their mortgage, meaning the property is worth more than what they owe on it, meaning they're a high equity homeowner. Also, when people have owned their home for 15 years or more, it means that they are way more likely to sell. After people have owned their home for 10 years, the likelihood of them selling their property goes up by 70%. So that's one example, 15 years plus residence. Another example is absentee owners. Okay, what are absentee owners? Absentee owners are homeowners that own the property but they don't live in it, okay? Now, another layer we can throw on absentee owners is absentee owners but also vacant. Okay, so what does that mean? The homeowner owns the property, they do not live in it themselves, and they don't rent it out. It is sitting vacant. There is no use for the property. They're paying property taxes, they're paying upkeep on this property, and they have no use for it. These are the 3 lists that I would go after. 2 lists, okay? 15 years plus residence, that by itself is great. Absentee owners, great, but then vacant, okay? We can layer all these. Have you heard of list stacking? List stacking. So if we go ahead and we stack all 3 of these, now we know they've owned the home for 15 years or more, meaning they are 70% more likely to sell, and they are likely to be a high equity homeowner, meaning they owe less on it than what it's worth. Now we stack it with absentee owner. They own the property, but they do not live in it. And then vacant. They own the property, it's vacant, they don't live in it, they've owned it for 15 years, and nobody lives in it. It's completely vacant. What is this going to create? This is going to create the most motivated seller list that I recommend calling. It's going to create the highest motivated seller list possible, okay? Where are we going to get this data from? I like getting this data from Cole Realty Resource. This is the data provider I recommend, Cole Realty Resource. There will be a link in the description down below. The good thing about Cole Realty Resource is it lets you pull the data and the phone numbers come with it, so that way you're not also paying for skip tracing, okay? Because think about it, skip tracing is about 10 cents per record, and that can become very expensive. So with Cole Realty, for just a few $100s or $100 a month, they give you 20,000 records with phone numbers. 20K skipped records. Okay, so with Cole, we can spend about $100. We get 20K skipped records. 20,000 records of this list is plenty enough to get your first deal, okay? And again, we want to use this highly motivated list so that way we're way more likely to get that first deal in 2 weeks. Okay, so now we have $200 left of our budget that we want to spend. Now, how are we going to market to this list? Marketing, okay? We need to talk about marketing. All right. Now, marketing is a very important topic to talk about. We have proactive and we have reactive marketing, okay? What is proactive marketing? What is reactive marketing? Proactive marketing is if I go put out a billboard or I put out a bandit sign that says, "We buy houses, call me," right? Or sending out a mailer, right? I'm waiting for them to see it and call me back. That's reactive, okay? Sorry, that's reactive marketing. If I put out a bandit sign, send out flyers, put out a billboard, I'm waiting for them to see it and call me. Now, we want to be doing proactive marketing. This means we're actively going to the prospect. If we're going to get that first deal in 2 weeks, we need to be doing proactive marketing, actively chasing after the prospect, actively chasing after the first deal if we actually want to get that deal. So, proactive marketing strategy. What is my favorite affordable that we can do in this budget proactive marketing strategy? It is going to be cold calling. Now, most people do cold calling wrong, okay? Let me tell you why. You're not going to be able to get a first deal in 2 weeks the way most people do cold calling. There's no way you're going to be able to do it. This is why. Most people pick up their phone, they type in a number, beep, 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 type in a number, it's ringing, ring, 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 nobody picks up the phone. They type in another number from this list, ring, 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 nobody answers. Another number from the list, ring, ring, nobody answers. They try again, ring, nobody answers. Before you know it, 10 minutes has gone by of you just trying to call people to get someone on the phone and nobody has answered. That's a problem. So, what do we got to do? We have to use the right software. What software is it? It is a multi-line dialer. Now, when I say multi-line dialer, okay, you might have already thought of some multi-line dialers out there that call 3 lines at a time, 4 lines at a time, 5 lines at a time. Guys, that is not enough. We need to get this first deal in 2 weeks. We need to be fast. We need to reach as many people as possible. We need to reach hundreds and thousands of homeowners. We are not going to be able to do that with a 3-line dialer, 4-line dialer, 5-line dialer. There's no way. We need to go with a 12-line dialer. What is the 12-line, multi-line dialer that I like to use for cold calling? It is the Ready Mode Dialer. Ready Mode Dialer. There's going to be a link down below in the description for the Ready Mode Dialer. What does it do? It calls 12 lines at a time. So it's going to call 12 people at a time, and it's going to feed you the people that answer. So that way, every 30 seconds, you have somebody new on the phone to talk to. So that way, you can reach hundreds and thousands of homeowners. Now, beyond that, if 2 people pick up the phone, it's going to drop that second caller. Once you get off the phone with the live one, it's going to call that one back, okay? So that's what happens if 2 people answer. This is going to help you reach hundreds and thousands of homeowners. Okay, so we're going to spend $100 on Cole Realty. Ready Mode Dialer is going to cost you about $150. All right, and the only last thing you'll need is software to look up these properties, comp them, and make an offer. For that, I use PropStream. Okay, there will be a link for a 7-day free trial down below of PropStream. What PropStream does is it lets you look up any property across the country, figure out what it's worth, and calculate your offer to make the seller. So that's about $100 a month. 100, 150, you're all in about $300 a month, and now you're going to be able to get a deal in 2 weeks. Okay. Now, if you want to speed up this process even more, I just made a video a few weeks ago about how you need to stop cold calling. And I don't mean stop cold calling in entirety. I mean stop cold calling yourself. Guys, the solution to speed up this process even more, get deals way faster, and not have to spend the tedious time making these cold calls where homeowners are yelling at you to stop calling them and you have to call thousands of people to find one deal. Well, just have somebody cold call for you, and that's where Launch VA comes into play, okay? LaunchVA.com. This is my call center. These cold callers that work at Launch VA, I've personally trained myself. So guys, if you want to hire a cold caller to make the cold calls for you, to speed up the process of getting your first deal, check out LaunchVA.com. They're fully hands-off marketing solution for you where we train the callers, we manage the dialer, the phone numbers, the data, everything. So that way you can just focus on the leads that are coming in and converting them to a deal. So guys, that is how to get your first deal in 2 weeks. Let's recap. First deal in 2 weeks. This is the budget, $200 to $300. This is the data. We need to get data. We need data to market to, motivated seller lists. We're going to do 15 years plus residence or an absentee owner list or a vacant list. We can get that data from Cole Realty Resource. The skip tracing is provided with Cole. Link down below in the description for that. Okay? we come over here. We need to do marketing next. We need to be doing a proactive marketing strategy, actively going for the deal, chasing after the deal so we can make it happen. We need to be using the right software when we cold call. We need to use a multi-line dialer, not a really slow one. We need to use a good one, the ready mode dialer, dial 12 lines at a time. And we need PropStream in order to look up the properties, know everything about the properties, and make the offer to the seller. And then if we want to optimize and systemize this and not make the cold calls ourselves and speed up the process and get to the money faster, we want to check out launchva.com and hire a cold caller from there. Guys, I hope this video was helpful to show you how to get your first deal in 2 weeks. Now, I do have 2 other ways I can help you for 100% free, right? If you have no money and you want to learn free ways, or you want to get coached for free, guys, I have 2 ways. Number 1, I have a free wholesaling real estate course with 20 course videos that I give you for 100% free. It's called my Free Wholesaling University. You can access it at freewholesalingrealestate.com. There will also be a link down below for that. Second to that, I hold a free 1-hour live training every single week where I teach you for a whole hour. Me personally, I coach you on the business. So if you want to join my next call and get personally coached by me, click the link down below, sign up for my next free live training, and I will see you there, guys. But overall, I hope you found this video valuable on how to get your first deal in 2 weeks, and I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the red button and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.